All right, what's going on, everyone? It's currently midnight. I got a haircut, I shaved off my hair, but I wanted to kind of talk about something, and that is setting intentions as a business owner. I would say this is probably up there with why business owners don't get to that next level of being a business owner, is because they're not setting clear intentions. Like, sure, you can show up every single day, do the tasks that you set for yourself, but if you don't have a clear vision of where you want to go or how you're going to get to that next level, you're gonna show up every single day and stay super stagnant. I know business owners that have been business owners for 5, 10 years and they're showing up every single day, yet they're only making 10 to 15K a month. And it's been like that for the last 5 to 10 years. So me as a business owner, what I like to do, and I usually like to write this down on a notebook. I always recommend putting stuff on paper, usually just that hand-brain connection. I don't know, makes it feel more special. But what I like to do, I always like to identify where I'm at in my business. Doesn't matter if it's like a revenue thing, like, okay, I'm making 100 grand a month right now. This is what I do every single day. What is it gonna take me to get to that next level, right? And even on a much smaller scale, that astronomical leap for you might have just been saying, hey, I'm gonna get into entrepreneurship. But that alone is only gonna take you so far. Sure, you may have read certain books, sure, you may have gotten in the right mindset, but now you have to do something more and take another leap to get you into that level 2 of being a business owner. And once you're at 5K a month or 10K a month, what's that next leap? It might be automating, it might be making your first hire. But there's always going to be something down the road where you're going to get stagnant and you got to identify that new thing of what's going to skyrocket you into that next level. Once you're intentional like this, I would say set aside time, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever you feel like best suits this practice, and really identify what is it going to take to get you to that next goal. And first, identify what is that next goal. For me, like, let's say I'm doing a certain amount a month. I'll tell you my goal. My goal is to get to about, I would say, $800,000 to $1 million a month in the next 6 months in revenue. And I know what it takes to get me there. I know for me, in order to get to this goal, I have to be able to spend a lot of money on advertising. And in order for me to spend a lot of money on advertising, I have to have the fulfillment. I have to have the sales dialed, because let's say I'm spending a lot of money on ads every single month and I don't have enough closers, or I don't have the right sales processes to be able to handle all these leads. All these leads are going to garbage and I'm wasting marketing dollars. I know for me, in an ideal world, is okay, in order for me to get to 800K to $1 million a month, I need to spend this much on ads every single month. In order for me to spend this much money on ads every single month, I got to have this sales team in place. I have to have them hitting these certain KPIs. I have to have this many sales reps. And that's like one of the things I set for myself that I need to get to in order to get to that. And now once I set that clear intention, I know exactly what I need to do every single day to get me closer to that goal. Because I have intention now. I would recommend doing this once a week, because guys, I've set intentions and a week later, I kind of forgot the biggest picture and I'm just doing my day-to-day tasks. There are some days where I'm like, dang, what am I supposed to be doing right now? What's gonna get me to that thing? Or like, why do I feel this emptiness? It's because I forgot my big picture goal. And my big picture goal is always, okay, what is it gonna take to get me to this point? Sure, I can answer DMs. Sure, I can connect with my community on Discord, hop on sales trainings with my team. Sure, these are really necessary day-to-day tasks for me as a business owner. But if I just do this every single day, it's not gonna blitz me into that next level of the business owner I wanna be. So setting this clear intention, it definitely has helped me for when I'm like, okay, what do I need to be doing right now? After I've done my day-to-day tasks, I remember my big picture goal and it clicks. And I'm like, okay, I know what I need to be doing. It helps me as a business owner. And I've been doing this all the way up until where I'm at right now. I've passed the 10K a month. I've passed the 20K, 50K, 100K, 200K, 300K. So I've passed all that. Now I'm at a part of my life where I'm like, dang, I've been in this area of revenue for not a long time, but quite some time, where I'm like, I'm not increasing, I'm not decreasing, I'm just pretty stagnant. And what is it gonna take for me to get into that next level of business? And I have to identify it and I have to set that clear intention, or else I'm just gonna stay stagnant the rest of my life. So guys, I really recommend to you is set that clear intention. It doesn't have to be insanely big. It's just, okay, what's gonna get me to this next goal of where I wanna get to? It could be 10K a month to 20K a month, just doubling your business, right? It doesn't have to go from 10K a month to 100K a month. Just work in baby steps. What is it gonna take you to get you to that next level? And a lot of my business owners probably watching this right now. You guys are probably a one-man show in your business, wearing all the hats, doing all the tasks in the business. And that first major leap for you guys to get to that next level is making that first hire, maybe starting to automate your business, learning automation, learning delegation, and start putting yourself into a position where you can only focus on higher leverage tasks and you outsource all your lower leverage tasks. This gonna be pretty common for a lot of people watching this video that are starting out. Now, it's gonna get to a point where you're fully leveraged out and a lot of your day is really doing nothing on the day-to-day tasks. And now you start thinking like, okay, I don't do the day-to-day tasks, I don't do the sales, I don't do the fulfillment, I don't manage the teams. And now it's all about how can I kill it with marketing? And then you start reverse engineering of, how you can be a better business owner. But yeah, this is just my thought process all the time. You'll never get to a point, like, I mean, I'm sure you can get to $1 billion business, and there's always gonna be things of, okay, what can I do next to get to $2 billion or $3 billion? It all starts with setting that clear intention to get to that point. And if you never set that clear intention, you're never gonna know what to work for, if that makes sense. You're just gonna show up and do the day-to-day tasks. And guys, I've been doing this the last 3 years, and it's been working astronomically. I highly recommend you guys implement this. You guys don't have to write out on a notebook. It could just be setting a clear intention and identifying what that person that's a level above you, what is that person doing? What does that person do day to day? And becoming that person. And I hope this video helped you guys out. You guys can be in any industry. It doesn't just have to be real estate, which I started in real estate, but it could be in any other business. You don't even have to be an entrepreneur. You could be an athlete, or you could be a bodybuilder. And you can tell yourself, okay, I look like this right now, and I want to look like this. Like, what is it gonna take to get me there? What's gonna be my next leap? And you gotta start setting an intention. Maybe it's more calories. Maybe it's more protein. Maybe it's adding another workout every single day. Maybe it's adding an extra rest day. Maybe it's getting better quality sleep. And you start setting that intention of what you need to be doing, and you start working towards those things, and you start seeing the improvements. And then now you get to the next level, and that's your baseline. And you start being more intentional of, okay, what's it gonna take to get me to that next level? Appreciate you guys watching the video. I just wanted to kind of get on here and talk about this, because this is probably the most important thing in my business, is this principle right here. So establish this, guys. You guys will be good. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.